I shouldn't have come tonight. My champagne glass trembles in my hand as I stand in the marble ballroom of the Grandview Hotel, surrounded by people I don't know and a husband who pretends I don't exist. David's corporate anniversary party, 5 years of Park Industries, is exactly what I expected. Endless networking, fake laughter, and me playing the role of the perfect wife. Maya, darling, you look stunning tonight, some investor's wife says, air kissing my cheeks. I smile politely, but my eyes follow David across the room. He's with a group of men in expensive suits, discussing quarterly reports like they're the most exciting thing in the world. He hasn't looked at me once tonight. Hey, Mrs. Park. Marcus Chen, David's college friend, appears beside me with a grin. You look like you need another drink. I need about 5 more, I mutter. Marcus laughs. That's the spirit. Come on, we're playing Truth or Dare in the lounge. It'll be fun. I'm not sure. Come on, live a little. David won't even notice you're gone. He's right about that. I follow Marcus into a smaller room where about 10 people are sitting in a circle, already drunk and giggling. I recognize some faces from previous parties, but I don't really know them. Maya's joining us, Marcus announces. Everyone cheers. Someone hands me a vodka tonic. I drain it faster than I should. The game starts harmless enough. Someone admits they cheated on a college exam. Someone else is dared to call their ex. Everyone laughs. I start to relax. Maybe this won't be so bad. Then it's my turn. Truth or dare, Maya? Asks a woman named Jessica, one of David's marketing executives. Truth, I say. Safer option. Jessica grins wickedly. Compare your husband to your ex-boyfriend in bed. Who was better? The room goes silent. Someone whistles. I feel my face flush from alcohol or embarrassment. I'm not sure. Jessica, that's too far. Someone starts. No, it's fine, I hear myself say. The vodka has made me brave and stupid. You want the truth? Fine. Jake, my ex, he was passionate. He actually paid attention to me. David's idea of intimacy is checking his phone afterward and asking if I'm done yet. The room erupts in shocked laughter. Some people gasp. Others lean forward, hungry for more drama. Jake actually made me feel wanted. I continue, unable to stop now. With David, I feel like another item on his to-do list. Have sex with wife check. Back to spreadsheets. More laughter. I'm on a roll now, feeding off their reactions. So yeah, Jake beat everyone, including my dear husband. Marcus is recording on his phone, but I'm too drunk to care. Everyone's laughing, patting my shoulder, telling me I'm hilarious. For the first time all night, I feel seen. Then I look up. David is standing in the doorway. His face is completely blank, but I know that look. It's the look he gets right before he destroys someone in a business meeting. Cold, calculated, dangerous. Having fun? He asks quietly. The laughter dies instantly. David, I don't. He turns and walks away. Marcus stops recording. Jessica suddenly finds her drink very interesting. The party atmosphere evaporates like it never existed. I should go. I mumble, stumbling to my feet. No one stops me. I find David outside, getting into a car with Mr. Takahashi, a major investor. He doesn't even glance my way. I take a separate car home, dread sobering me up faster than any coffee could. What have I done? I wake up to sunlight stabbing through my eyelids and a headache that feels like someone's driving nails into my skull. For a blissful moment, I don't remember last night. Then it all comes crashing back. Jake beat everyone, including my dear husband. Oh God. I reach for David's side of the bed. But it's empty. Not just empty, untouched. He never came home. My phone is buzzing nonstop on the nightstand. I grab it with shaking hands. 47 missed calls from Mom. 23 from Amy. 15 from unknown numbers. Texts flooding in faster than I can read them. My stomach drops. David, I call out, stumbling downstairs in my wrinkled dress from last night. David, we need to talk. The house is silent. His car keys are gone from the hook. His laptop, the one he never goes anywhere without, is gone from his office. Then I see it. A note on the kitchen counter written in David's precise handwriting. You've embarrassed me for the last time. Be at the BHD meeting at 10 a.m. Wear something professional. I check my watch. It's 7:15 a.m. BHD meeting? I've never been to a board of directors meeting. David always said they were confidential and not appropriate for family members. My phone rings. Mom. Maya, what the hell did you do? Her voice is shrill with panic. Mom, it's all over the internet. Amy showed me the videos. Do you know how this makes our family look? What videos? Check your messages. Check everything. Call me back when you've figured out how to fix this. She hangs up. I open my messages with trembling fingers. Amy sent me a link with the text, "Maya, you need to see this." I click it. It's a gossip blog called Corporate Tea Spills. The headline makes me want to vomit. Park Industries CEO's wife confesses ex-boyfriend was better in bed, caught on camera at company party. Below it is a video. Marcus's video. My voice, slurred and cruel, saying every horrible thing I said last night. The views counter is already at 50,000. The comments are brutal. She just destroyed her marriage on camera. Laugh my ass off. David Park deserves better than this drunk embarrassment. Imagine humiliating your husband in front of his business partners. Poor guy. Hope he divorces her. I'm shaking so hard I drop my phone. What does David want? Why does he want me at the BHD meeting? I call Amy. She answers on the first ring. Maya, oh my God. What's happening, Amy? What's David planning? Her voice breaks. I don't know, but it's bad. That video is everywhere. I work in PR, and I'm telling you, this is a nightmare. Why would you say those things? I was drunk. I was angry. He ignores me all the time, Amy. He treats me like furniture. I know, but Maya, you just gave him ammunition. Whatever he's planning, you need to be ready. I look at the clock. 7:43 a.m. Less than 3 hours. I have to go, I say. I have to shower. I have to. I don't know what to do. Wear the navy suit, Amy says. The one Dad bought you. Look professional. Don't give him more ammunition. Okay. Maya, I love you. Whatever happens, I'm on your side. That makes me cry. I shower, trying to wash away the shame and the hangover. It doesn't work. I put on the navy suit. My hands shaking so badly I can barely button the jacket. I arrive at Park Industries at 9:55 a.m. The receptionist, Claire, looks at me with something between pity and disgust. Mrs. Park, she says softly. They're waiting for you. Conference room A. Thank you, I whisper. As I walk down the hallway toward my own execution, I try to prepare myself for whatever David has planned, but nothing could prepare me for what's about to happen. The conference room door feels heavier than it should. I push it open, trying to project confidence I absolutely don't feel. 15 faces turn toward me. I recognize some of them. Board members I've met at company dinners, senior investors who've been to our house, and then I see him, my father. Richard Chen, sitting near the head of the table with his arms crossed. Dad's here. Oh God, Dad's here. David stands at the front of the room, perfectly composed in his charcoal suit. He looks like he slept well, like he's about to give a normal presentation. Thank you for coming, Maya, he says, voice professionally polite. Please, take a seat. There's an empty chair at the far end of the table. I walk toward it, feeling everyone's eyes on me. Claire was right to look at me with pity. I sit. My father won't look at me. As I was saying before my wife arrived, David continues, clicking his remote. Transparency is essential in any organization. Personal matters can affect business performance, which is why I wanted to address something that happened at last night's anniversary celebration. My heart stops. David, is this really necessary? Mr. Takahashi, the Japanese investor, asks uncomfortably. Perhaps this is a private matter. I believe in transparency. David interrupts smoothly. My wife has made certain feelings very public. I think it's only fair that everyone hear, in her own words, what she truly thinks. He nods to Marcus, who's sitting in the corner with his laptop. Marcus looks miserable, but he connects his phone to the projector anyway. David, don't I start to say? The video plays. My voice fills the room, loud and slurred and cruel. Jake was passionate. He actually paid attention to me. David's idea of intimacy is checking his phone afterward and asking if I'm done yet. Laughter from the party echoes through the silent boardroom. Jake actually made me feel wanted. With David, I feel like another item on his to-do list. I can't breathe. I can't move. I'm frozen in my chair, watching my father's face turn red, watching the board members shift uncomfortably. So, yeah, Jake beat everyone, including my dear husband. The video ends. The silence is suffocating. David, Mr. Takahashi says carefully, this is highly irregular. Marital issues shouldn't be discussed at corporate functions? David interrupts. I agree, which is why my wife's behavior last night was completely unacceptable. She humiliated me in front of employees, clients, and partners. I was drunk, I whisper. I didn't mean, you meant every word, David says coldly. Alcohol doesn't create feelings, Maya. It reveals them. My father finally speaks. Maya, what were you thinking? Dad, please. Richard, David says, turning to my father with calculated sympathy. I want you to know this doesn't affect our business relationship. Your investment in Park Industries is secure. But I think you deserve to know what kind of daughter you raised. My father's jaw tightens. I wanted transparency, David continues, addressing the room. My wife has made her feelings clear. This marriage, like this meeting, is a business matter. I won't let personal dysfunction affect the company's reputation any further. A woman board member speaks up. Mr. Park, with all due respect, airing your marital problems in a BHD meeting is what? David challenges. Unprofessional? So was my wife's behavior last night. I'm simply providing context for why I'll be taking a brief leave to handle personal matters. I wanted the board to understand the situation fully. I can't stay here. I can't breathe. I stand up, the chair screeching against the floor. Maya, my father starts. But I'm already running, pushing through the door, ignoring the whispers following me down the hallway. I make it to the parking garage before I break down completely. I've been hiding in Amy's apartment for 3 days. She's let me sleep on her couch, brought me food I can't eat, and blocked my phone from showing me any more of the viral videos. Apparently, I'm trending. Corporate party confession wife is what they're calling me. Some people have made memes. There's a TikTok trend now where people confess embarrassing things in my voice. I want to disappear. You have to shower eventually, Amy says gently, sitting next to me on the couch. And eat something, please. I destroyed everything, I whisper. My marriage, Dad's business relationship, my reputation, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. Don't answer it, Amy warns. It's probably another reporter, but something makes me look at the text. You deserve to know the truth, Café Noir, 3 p.m. Come alone. I show Amy. It's a trap, she says immediately. What if it's not? Maya, you can't trust anyone right now. David could be setting you up for something worse. But I recognize the number. I've seen it before. On David's phone when he left it unlocked once. It's Olivia, I say. David's sister. Amy frowns. The one who always seemed nice to you? Yeah. Why would she want to meet? Only one way to find out. At 2:55 p.m., I'm sitting in Café Noir, wearing sunglasses and a baseball cap like I'm some kind of celebrity avoiding paparazzi. I'm not. I'm just ashamed. Olivia walks in at exactly 3 p.m. She's wearing a simple dress, her face serious. She sits across from me without ordering anything. Thank you for coming, she says quietly. Why did you want to meet? She slides a manila folder across the table. Her hands are shaking. Because what my brother did was cruel, and you deserve to know why. I open the folder. The first page is a hotel receipt. The Ritz-Carlton, Suite 2204, dated 8 months ago. Under guest name, David Park and Sophia Lynn. My blood turns to ice. No. I whisper. Olivia's eyes fill with tears. I'm sorry. I flip through the rest. More hotel receipts, spanning back 2 years. Text messages between David and Sophia, talking about meeting times, being careful, how Maya suspects nothing. Photos of them together, holding hands in a restaurant, kissing in a parking garage. Sophia. My best friend since college. The woman who held my hand when David proposed. My maid of honor. The person I called when I was sad, lonely, angry. She was sleeping with my husband for 2 years. Why are you showing me this? I ask, voice hollow. Because he humiliated you publicly for telling a drunken truth, Olivia says. While he's been lying to you for years, he's a hypocrite. And there's more. More? She leans forward. The company's in trouble. Bad trouble. Dad made some risky investments before he died, and David's been trying to cover the losses. He needed your father's money desperately. That's why he married you, Maya. It was never about love. It was a business transaction. Everything clicks into place. Why David pursued me so aggressively 3 years ago. Why he insisted on a quick engagement. Why he always had me attend events with Dad's business partners. I was never a wife. I was a networking opportunity. Why are you telling me this? I ask again. Because you're kind, Olivia says simply. You've always been kind to me, and I'm tired of watching my brother destroy people. He destroyed our father's legacy. He's destroying you. Someone needs to stop him. I look down at the folder in my hands. Evidence. Proof. Ammunition. What do I do with this? Whatever you want, Olivia says. But if I were you, I'd make him pay. She stands up, leaving money for coffee neither of us drank. I'm sorry, Maya, you deserved better. After she leaves, I sit there for a long time, staring at photos of my husband and my best friend, trying to feel something other than numbness. Finally, I pull out my phone and type an address into my GPS. Sophia's apartment. It's time for some truth or dare of my own. I know Sophia's apartment by heart. I've been here hundreds of times for movie nights, breakup cry sessions, wedding planning. We picked out the couch together. I helped her paint the bedroom walls. Now I'm standing at her door, folder tucked under my arm, feeling nothing but cold rage. I knock. She answers in a silk robe, her hair wet from a shower. When she sees me, all the color drains from her face. Maya, I push past her without waiting for an invitation. Maya, wait. Then I see him. David is sitting on her couch, the couch I helped pick out, wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I've never seen him in casual clothes. He always said they were unprofessional. Apparently, they're professional enough for his mistress. We all freeze. A horrible tableau of betrayal. 2 years? I ask, my voice eerily calm. You humiliated me in front of the entire company, the board of directors, my own father. Also for telling a drunken truth. While you've been sleeping with my best friend for 2 years? David stands slowly, trying to regain control of the situation. That's what he does, controls things. This is different, he says. Different? I laugh. A harsh sound that doesn't sound like me. How is it different, David? What we have is what? I interrupt. Love? Is that what you were going to say? Because what we had was apparently just a business deal. A transaction. My father's money for your company's survival. Sophia tries to touch my arm. Maya, please understand. I yank away from her like she's poisonous. Understand? You were my maid of honor, Sophia. You helped me choose my wedding dress. You held the train while I walked down the aisle. You gave a speech about how happy you were for me. I am happy for you, she whispers. You're sleeping with my husband. I love him, she says, and she starts crying. That makes me laugh again. You love him? How romantic. Does he love you, Sophia? Or are you just another transaction? David's jaw tightens. Don't speak to her like that. I'll speak to her however I want. She destroyed my marriage. You destroyed your own marriage, David snaps. That video was one drunken night, I shout. One stupid drunken night where I told the truth about how neglected I feel. You've been betraying me for 2 years. 2 years of lies, David. 2 years of coming home to me after being with her. Did you ever feel guilty? Even once? He doesn't answer. I want a divorce, I say clearly. And I'm telling my father everything. Let's see how much he enjoys being your investor after he finds out you married his daughter for her money while screwing her best friend. For the first time, I see fear flicker across David's face. Real, genuine fear. Your father won't believe you, he says, but his voice wavers. You're the one who humiliated yourself on camera. You're the one everyone's laughing at. I pull out Olivia's folder and throw it on the coffee table. Hotel receipts scatter across the surface. Your sister gave me everything. Receipts, messages, photos, 2 years of evidence. You think my father won't believe his own eyes? David stares at the folder like it's a bomb. Sophia picks up one of the photos, the one of them kissing. Her hand trembles. How did Olivia? David starts. She's tired of watching you destroy people, I say. Apparently you destroyed your father's legacy too. The company's failing, isn't it? That's why you needed Dad's money so desperately. That's why you married me. That's not. Don't bother lying anymore. I'm done. I turn toward the door. Maya, wait, Sophia calls. I never meant to hurt you. It just happened. I look back at her. Nothing just happens. Sophia, you made choices. Every time you answered his calls. Every time you met him at those hotels. Every time you smiled at me and pretended to be my friend. Those were choices. I'm sorry, she whispers. No, you're not. But you will be. I leave them there, sitting in the wreckage of their lies. As I drive away, I call my father. Dad, we need to talk. I'm coming over. And bring your lawyer. The divorce takes 3 months and costs me almost everything. Dad pulled his investment from Park Industries the same day I showed him Olivia's evidence. He was furious not just at David but at himself for being fooled by that snake. Mom cried for a week. Amy helped me move out while David was at the office. We took only my clothes, my books, and the few things that were mine before the marriage. I didn't want anything he'd bought me. I'm living in a studio apartment now, about a third the size of the penthouse David and I shared. Mom calls it starting over. I call it finally breathing. The apartment has one window that overlooks a coffee shop. I can hear people laughing on the street below. I'd forgotten what that sounded like, genuine laughter, not the polite chuckles at corporate events. This place has potential, Amy says, helping me unpack boxes. You could paint the walls. Get some plants. It's perfect, I say, and I mean it. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Maya? I recognize the voice immediately. Jake? Yeah, hi. I saw what happened. The videos, the news. I wanted to call sooner, but I wasn't sure if... It's okay, I say. How are you? I'm good. I'm actually married now. Elena, she's amazing. We saw what your ex-husband did at that board meeting. That was cruel, Maya. I'm sorry. Thank you. Look, Elena and I were wondering if you'd want to get coffee sometime. Not as anything weird. Just as old friends. Elena actually wants to meet you. I've told her about our college days. I smile for the first time in weeks. I'd like that. We meet at a cafe near my new apartment. Jake looks older, happier. Elena is beautiful, warm eyes. Easy smile. The kind of person who makes you feel comfortable immediately. You deserved better than him, Jake says after we've ordered. You always did. I'm realizing that, I admit. Elena reaches across the table and squeezes my hand. Jake told me how kind you were when you two dated. How supportive. Anyone who treats someone like you that way doesn't deserve loyalty. That's what I told myself when I left Park Industries. Someone says behind me. I turn. It's Mr. Reeves, the startup founder who attended the infamous party. He's wearing jeans and a hoodie, carrying a laptop bag. Mr. Reeves? Just Reeves, please. I'm not Mr. Anything anymore. I quit Park Industries the day after that boardroom meeting. He shakes his head. I'd been thinking about leaving for months. But watching him humiliate you like that was the final straw. Anyone who treats his wife like that doesn't deserve employee loyalty either. What are you doing now, I ask. Started my own company. Marketing analytics. It's small, but growing. He pauses. Actually, I've been meaning to reach out. I need a marketing consultant. Someone who understands corporate culture but isn't afraid to call out bullshit. Interested? I blink. You want to hire me? If you're taking clients. I know you're starting your own consulting business. Amy mentioned it at a networking event. My first client, just like that. Yes, I say. Absolutely yes. Over the next few weeks, I throw myself into work. Reeves refers me to 2 other startups. A former Park Industries executive hires me to help rebrand after leaving the company. Word spreads that I'm good at what I do, maybe even better now that I'm not trying to fit into David's vision of what a supportive wife should be. I'm building something. Not the life I had, but something better. Something that's actually mine. 6 months after the divorce, I have 10 clients and enough money to move to a bigger apartment. I'm having lunch with Amy when she nearly drops her phone. Maya, have you seen the news? What news? She shows me her screen. The headline makes my heart skip. Park Industries under investigation for embezzlement and fraud. I read quickly. Anonymous whistleblower. Federal investigation. Allegations of cooking the books. Inflating profits to attract investors. My father is mentioned one of several investors who were misled about the company's financial health. David's been doing this for years, Amy says, eyes wide. Since before he married you. Maya, he could go to prison. 2 days later, a detective calls me. Miss Chen? This is Detective Sarah Wong with the Financial Crimes Unit. I'd like to ask you some questions about your ex-husband's business practices. We meet at a coffee shop. Detective Wong is sharp-eyed and direct. We believe Mr. Park used marital assets to hide funds during the marriage. As his ex-wife, you might have information that could help our investigation. I'll tell you everything I know, I say. And I do. Every suspicious conversation I overheard. Every time David suddenly had emergency meetings with accountants. Every document I saw that didn't make sense. Thank you, Detective Wong says. This is very helpful. A week later, Sophia calls. Maya, please, I need your help. I haven't spoken to her since that confrontation. Hearing her voice makes my stomach turn. What do you want, Sophia? David's blaming everything on me. She's crying, voice desperate. The embezzlement, the fraud, he's telling the police I manipulated the accounts. He's saying I had access to everything because we were together. I could go to prison, Maya. Please, you know me. You know I wouldn't. I don't know you at all, I say calmly. I thought I did. But the woman I knew wouldn't have slept with her best friend's husband for 2 years. Maya. You betrayed me, Sophia, completely. Now you know how it feels to be betrayed by someone you trusted. He's lying. I didn't do anything wrong. Then I guess you'll have to prove that to the police. Good luck. I hang up. Amy looks at me with wide eyes. That was cold, she says. Was it? No, she admits. It was perfect. Marcus Chen calls next. David's best friend. The one who recorded that video. Maya, I need to talk to you about David. I'm not interested in. I'm testifying against him. Marcus interrupts. The feds offered me immunity if I cooperate. I have years of documents, emails, recordings, things he asked me to hide. I'm done protecting him. Why are you calling me? Because I need you to know. I'm sorry. For recording you. For showing that video. What he did at the board meeting that haunts me. I should have stopped him. I should have deleted that video. I'm quiet for a moment. Why didn't you? Because I was scared of him. We all were. But I'm not scared anymore. Mr. Takahashi's investment firm files a lawsuit. 3 other investors follow. Former employees come forward with stories of hostile work environments, manipulation, harassment. Park Industries collapses like a house of cards. I watch it all from my new apartment, feeling something I didn't expect. Not satisfaction. Not quite. Peace. Just peace. I'm making dinner when someone knocks on my door. It's almost 9 p.m. I'm not expecting anyone. Through the peephole, I see David. He looks terrible. His suit is wrinkled. I've never seen him in a wrinkled suit. His face is unshaven. There are dark circles under his eyes. I almost don't open the door. But curiosity wins. What do you want, David? Maya, please. I need to talk to you. We have nothing to talk about. Please. 5 minutes. Against my better judgment, I let him in. He stands in my small living room, looking around like he's never seen a normal apartment before. You've made it nice here, he says awkwardly. I'm sure you didn't come here to discuss my decorating choices. He turns to face me. I need your help. I almost laugh. Excuse me? Your father, the lawsuit. If you talked to him, if you convinced him to drop the charges, are you insane? I made mistakes, Maya. I know that. But we can fix this. Together. You call your father. Tell him it's a misunderstanding. I'll pay back the investment. With interest. We can work this out. You humiliated me in front of everyone I knew. I say slowly. You played a recording of my drunken confession at a board meeting. In front of my father. In front of your investors. You destroyed my reputation to punish me for telling the truth about our marriage. I was angry. You used me for money. You married me to save your failing company. You cheated on me with my best friend for 2 years. And now you want me to save you? I loved you, he says. But even he doesn't sound convinced. No? I correct him. You loved what I represented. Stability, investment, control. You never loved me, David. You don't even know what love is. He tries to speak, but I keep going. Do you want to know what's funny? I actually thought it was my fault. When you ignored me, when you treated me like furniture, I thought I wasn't good enough. I tried so hard to be the perfect wife, the one you wanted. But there was no perfect wife. Just a business transaction that outlived its usefulness. Maya, the divorce is final next week. Don't contact me again. You can't do this. I'll lose everything. You already lost everything. You just didn't realize it yet. He stands there for a long moment, shoulders slumped, looking smaller than I've ever seen him. Then he turns and walks out. I lock the door behind him and lean against it, taking deep breaths. I feel nothing. No anger, no sadness, no satisfaction. Just peace. Pure, clean peace. David is sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for fraud and embezzlement. The judge is particularly harsh about the pattern of deception and manipulation of intimate partners for financial gain. Sophia loses her job and her reputation. I hear through Amy that no company will hire her after the scandal, not because of the affair, but because David successfully blamed part of the fraud on her. She's under investigation, facing possible charges as an accomplice. I don't feel bad for her. Maybe I should, but I don't. My father comes to my apartment one Saturday morning. He looks older, tired. I owe you an apology, he says. For what? For not believing you sooner. For siding with him at that board meeting. For pushing you into that marriage in the first place. I didn't know he felt responsible for that. You're stronger than I gave you credit for, Dad continues. You survived something that would have destroyed most people. And you're thriving now. I'm proud of you, Maya. Those words, I'm proud of you, I've waited my whole life to hear them. Thank you, Dad. Mom hosts a new beginning dinner at her house. It's just family and close friends. Mom, Dad, Amy, Olivia, who's become an unlikely ally, Jake, and Elena. Olivia raises her glass. To Maya, for surviving what would have destroyed most people. To Maya, everyone echoes. I smile, genuinely happy for the first time in years. A week later, I'm featured in a business magazine, Rising from the Ashes, How One Woman Rebuilt After Public Humiliation. The article talks about my consulting firm Maya Chen and Associates and how I've built a reputation for helping companies transition away from toxic corporate cultures. I learned firsthand what it feels like to be undervalued. I'm quoted as saying, "Now I help companies create environments where people feel valued. It's not just good ethics. It's good business." Mr. Reeves's startup goes public. He offers me a partnership, 20% equity, full creative control over the marketing department. "You built this with me," he says. "You deserve to share in the success." I accept. The irony isn't lost on me. I'm now more successful than David ever was. My company is growing. My reputation is solid. People respect me not because of who I married, but because of what I built. David tried to destroy me with that boardroom humiliation. Instead, he freed me. 1 year after the divorce is finalized, I'm at a charity gala for underprivileged youth. My company sponsored a table. I'm wearing a red dress that I bought with my own money, earned from my own work. Maya Chen? I turn. A man I don't recognize is smiling at me. Tall, kind eyes. Wearing a simple suit that looks comfortable rather than expensive. "I'm sorry, have we met?" "No, but I know who you are. I'm Dr. Nathan Brooks. I work with Doctors Without Borders. I read that article about you, Rising from the Ashes. Incredibly brave." "Oh. Thank you. I mean it. What you went through and how you transformed it into something positive that takes real courage." We talk for hours. He tells me about his work providing healthcare in crisis zones. I tell him about rebuilding my life and my business. He's kind, intelligent, passionate about helping people, everything David wasn't. "Would you want to have dinner sometime?" Nathan asks as the gala ends. "I'm only in town for another week, but I'd love to continue this conversation." "I'd like that," I say, and I mean it. As I drive home that night, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. I almost ignore it, but curiosity wins. "I'm sorry for everything. I hope you find happiness. David." I stare at the message for a long moment. Then I delete it without responding. Some apologies come too late. Some bridges can't be unburned. And some people don't deserve the energy it takes to respond. I think about the party, the boardroom, the humiliation. I think about discovering David's affair, the confrontation, the divorce. I think about rebuilding my life from nothing. It nearly destroyed me, but it also freed me. I survived the humiliation. I exposed the lies. I rebuilt myself from ashes into something stronger. David tried to punish me by playing that video at the board meeting. He wanted to destroy my reputation, my dignity, my life. Instead, he gave me the push I needed to leave. And now I'm successful, respected, happy. Now I have real friends, real family, real opportunities. Now I'm free. I pull into my parking space and look up at my apartment building. It's not fancy. It's not a penthouse. But it's mine. Everything I have now is mine. Built by me, earned by me, owned by me. As I walk upstairs, I think about Nathan. About our dinner plans next week. Maybe something will come of it. Maybe not. Either way, I'm okay. I'm more than okay. I'm finally, truly free. The end.